reflect on the seventh chapter, Jnana Vijnana Yoga. So let us prepare ourselves by sitting straight. Head, neck, backbone straight. In this position, the energy flow is maximum. And when the body is still, the mind automatically quietens down. The body is constantly moving, especially the hands, legs, eyes. The mind also keeps moving and not available for this reflection. So let us keep our body still and withdraw our mind from all that has happened in the past. This again and again we have to give this instruction to the mind, because mind has a tendency to go in the past and keep remembering the stories. That's the reason Bhagwan says that you talk about my glories, not your stories. That is one reason why we must listen to Puran and Bhagavad, so that we only talk about Lord's glories. Let us withdraw our mind from all future anxieties. The anxieties about the future happen when we want to control the future, when there is insistence and resistance on what should happen next moment and how future should be. Bhagavan says that is not in your control. You just be in the present moment. So the body is still, the mind is cheerful, alert, silent, and in the present moment. And one of the best ways to keep the mind in the present moment is to focus on the breath. So let us take a deep, slow, conscious breath, full breath, where we can feel the chest coming out, lungs are full. Hold the breath and exhale slowly. Even 1-2 breaths can bring the mind in the present moment. Mind has a tendency to pervade and take the form and word of whatever it thinks of. So as the breath is always fresh, no form, detached, the mind acquires those qualities which are beneficial for us in our spiritual journey. Now the mind is ready to listen. Bhagwan is going to start this chapter on a very important topic on how to listen. So whatever lingering thoughts are there, those get vanished when we chant loudly. So let us together chant loudly. Om. Om. Om.
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः गजाननं भूतगणातिसेवितं कवित्तजम्बूफलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम् सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम
Hariom, thank you, Ladha Rachekar ji. So we are doing one chapter, one session, and we have completed the first 6 chapters. As we all know, Bhagavad Gita is a summary of the Mahavakya Tattvamasi. And the first 6 chapter is, though many topics come, prominence is given to Jiva, myself, Jiva, I. So what are the main topics we saw in the first 6? That why Jiva suffers, why sorrow happens, why there is suffering. So the cause of suffering is very clear, identity crisis. That is, the moment I forget in any situation who am I will be confused about what is my role and what is the goal of that particular role in that situation. And this happens because of attachment. Bhagavan says that you enjoy the world but don't get attached. Involvement without entanglement. And then how to conduct in this world where we can get maximum happiness and success but without attachment is explained in Karma Yoga. And then when the mind is peaceful, how to meditate and realize one's own self is given in the sixth chapter, Dhyana Yoga. In between, Bhagavan has also mentioned to Arjun that I am not this Sarathi who is sitting, who is riding your chariot. I am Ishvara. And then Arjun heard it, but still Arjun has lot of doubts. Even though we see so many Mahatmas, we still feel that they are the body only. And because they just talk, eat, sleep, we think they are like us because we are so body centric. So we see other person at body level itself. So now the next six chapters are basically focusing on God. And in the second chapter, Bhagavan has already given that who am I is three possibilities. Either I have a belief that I am body, mind, intellect, then the only way to be happy is to have maximum bhoga of the world because there is only one world in front of us. When I consider myself as Jiva, then I will focus on Punya Papa and try to do good things because we believe in rebirth. And the Jnana Yoga will say that third belief is not belief. The truth is that actually in reality you are Atma, whose nature is Satchitananda, who is whole and complete. You are the source of happiness. So now the next topic is who is God, what does God do, where does God stay, what are God's nature. Today also the maximum hits and confusion is about God. And the whole fighting goes on what is God's nature. So we have to listen carefully because Bhagavan says that now I am going to talk about me. So you listen carefully. We also, get very, very angry when we are talking to somebody and somebody is looking into mobile phone or looking here and there and say, no, you're not listening to me. Actually, I'm telling you something about myself and you are not listening. Bhagavan starts the chapter with Tat Shrunu. And this is one of my favorite topic. They say that if I am able to completely focus and listen with my body, mind, intellect, transformation happens immediately. For Uttam Adhikari, Shravan itself is enough to understand. But because I don't know how to listen, the whole challenge happens. So Bhagavan is now going to start this chapter, Jnana Vijnana Yoga, and say that if you listen carefully, you will not only get the knowledge, but you will also experience it. Jnana means knowledge, Vijnana means experiential knowledge, here and now. Here and now, by listening, it can happen. So with this background, we will start. So seventh chapter name is Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Jnana means knowledge of reality and Vijnana means Vishesha. V means Vishesha, experiential knowledge. So this Bhagavad Gita is not a theoretical knowledge about some Brahman, some truth, some reality. As all spiritual scriptures actually have these three topics. Who am I? What is my role, goal? Who is God? What is God's role, goal, and nature? And this Jagata, Jiva, Jagadishwara, and Jagata, how to deal with this world. And then Asim is there is what is the relationship between me, God, and this world. If I understand this, Bhagavan says, here and now you can experience infinite bliss. So, how to listen? Bhagavan starts this chapter with, now listen carefully because I am going to give you my nature. And before we go to Bhagavan's nature, all of us have two, three natures. If you talk to somebody and say, oh, he's so great and he's so, if you talk to his wife or his husband or her husband, well, no, that is only outside. His real nature, actually, you can see when you come home and stay for 3 days, you will know what is his real nature. So, we also outside we have a nature and our real nature is displayed when we are very comfortable at home. So we also display. We also take avatars. Some people appear very quiet, but sometimes they take Raudra avatar, Durga avatar, Mahalakshmi avatar. So now Bhagavan says that this, if you understand, all confusion about God will go. After this sixth chapter, there should not be any question about what is Brahman, what is Ishvara, what is Maya, what is Prakriti, what is God's role, what is God's, where does God stay, etc., etc. So, how to listen? First, Bhagavan says, listen to me carefully with attention. Tat shrunu. Not tentatively, but with attentively. Tentatively means I am doing this also, I am doing this also, I am doing that also. And in between, I am listening to Brahma Gyan. Bhagavan says, no, no, if you do that, again, there will be confusion. Second, listen so that no doubt remains. Asamshaya. Asamshayam samagram ma. So after listening, if I do not do Shravan, if I do not do Manan, Manan means what? I must take my own notes. I must ask one question. Have I understood all words, all topics correctly? Third, I have to explain and discuss with somebody else to check whether I have understood correctly. If I do not do this, then people keep doing Shravan for years and then they say, I don't know why this is happening. I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know, but this is happening because the knowledge is with Samshaya. Listen in such a way that you will come to know me, Nyasyasi, completely. See, most of us have one challenge, even God also is going to say that I also have the same problem, that actually speaking, in this world, nobody understands me correctly. Most people, if you take interview of them, they say, actually, deep within, I am a different person. Only very few people understand me, actually, as I am. I am not as serious as you. I am not like this, but actually, deep within, I am a different person. So, Bhagavan says that now listen carefully so that you will come to know completely. Listen to know me fully, not partially. Samagram mam yatad nyasasi. So, when we are actually, we can practice this with people. How to practice this with people, we must not judge immediately. The moment we judge and conclude that this person is like this, then the inquiry, the curiosity stops. Especially those people who are living together for 30, 40 years. I know him, I know her, then it is gone. Because every time the person changes, every time situation changes, every time thoughts changes, every time the opinion changes, the knowledge changes. So we must not judge and we must not conclude that this is like this. Bhagavan says, now you understand me completely. It is not very easy. Only few people actually know me. And few people then experientially know me. Jnana Vijnana. Listen to me with love, emotional connect and faith. Without love, I cannot listen. I always tell that people who are in love, if you go to bandstand and Worli Seaface, they are sitting in 45 degrees, full rain, they can talk whole day. But if I don't love a person, I cannot stand even one sentence of that person. Sri Ramji says to Lakshmana in Ramayana, Sunahu Tata, Mana Mati Chitta, with love, with faith, with memory, and remember what I am saying, and with clear intellect. If I do not have faith or trust on another person, I cannot listen. So I must develop a habit of listening like a child. When the child listens to mother telling a story, if the mother says this crow will come and eat the food, the child has faith that really crow will come and eat the food. No, no, that policeman will come and catch you, and the child's eyes change. Okay, policeman will come and catch me, so eat food. But that child is having faith, so the child completely believes. And if I listen that way with complete faith, transformation can happen. Jnana Vijnana can happen here and now. But still I have a doubt. No, no, no. You are saying I am Atma, Aham Brahmasmi, but I am this body only. That is okay. I can write, but I do not have real faith that I am real Atma. Listen to me as if your life depends on this. Yunjan Madashraya. Now I listen, after this breakfast, then lunch, then dinner. As that story is there, Swami Vivekananda, one person came and told, 10, 20 years I'm listening, nothing is happening. He told, okay, come with me. He took him to the river, and then Swami Vivekananda was very strong, pushed him in the water and kept him in water for 1 to 2 minutes and left him, and he said, what are you doing? You would have killed me. He told, when you were inside, what would you needed the most? He told, air. How badly? My life and death dependent on that air. Bhagavan says, when you reach to that state, I will reveal myself. Otherwise, you collect information, keep listening. Now, your life and death doesn't depend upon me. God is one, what do you call, nice thing to do and, think about. But my 70-90% life is about world only. God only comes in between. Listen as I am the goal and I am the means. Partha. Partha means one whose artha is Parameshwara. That's the reason Arjun's one name is Partha. Again and again, Bhagavan says that one whose artha is Parameshwara, he is Partha. Now, our goal is not God, our goal is world. When we go to temple, Bhagavan, health अच्छा कर दो, promotion दे दो, शादी कर दो, बच्चे दे दो, organization, promotion, this, that, pass करो. So our goal is that, and God is the means. Why do I pray to God? Because I want something from God. So God becomes the means, not the goal. We have to listen to this point. Guruji says, listen to this again and again. That God is not the means. God should become the goal and the means also. Now we are using God for getting something. Where there is no desire, no requirement of God, because that person becomes jnani. And Bhagavan says, I like this person the most. Listen with readiness to do anything to reach me, yogam. So I must ask, what am I ready to sacrifice to attain God, to attain self-realization? What can I give up? Because unless I give up the identification, it is not going to happen. And it is not very easy to let go body identification, mind, and a little bit if you tell somebody's opinion is wrong, the person gets so angry. So I am not even ready to let go my little idea or my little opinion. Where this reaching God is experientially difficult when I am not ready to let go. So I am ready to do anything. Like we know this, there is a Swamiji, Swami Premananda now living in Vrindavan. At 13 years old, he left his house and then not sitting in Kashi Bank, and whatever comes, he will eat. It is called as Akash Sadhana. He told 3, 3, 4, 4, 5 days, 15, 20-year-old boy, even some mithai used to come one for 3, 4 days, only water. He says, whatever Bhagwan will give, only that much I will. And I will not go and ask even Bhiksha. Because I have come to attain Bhagwan, I will Yogakshemam Vahamyam. And today, if you see, the entire world is at his feet. Arjun, okay, Bhagwan, I understood how to listen, but what are you going to tell me? Please tell fast, because now you have created such curiosity that I am going to tell you something very important, something very highest. And if your attention is not there, you will miss. And if your attention is there, you will experience Jnana Vijnana here itself. So Lord, Jnanam Teham Savijnanam Idam. So I am going to tell you both what is knowledge and what is experiential knowledge. So what is definition of knowledge? Very important point. I think suppose I have share market knowledge or world knowledge. Some people once they get married, have 2 children, they think they know everything. No, from today I must say Bhagavan says, no, you are not such an intelligent person. According to me, you are ignorant if you do not have this knowledge. By knowing there is nothing more to know here and hereafter. That is knowledge. Knowledge is that which liberates us from sorrow, from fear. And once I know it, I know everything, I gain everything, I attain everything. This is one question what is asked in Mundaka Upanishad, where the entire Mundaka Upanishad is based on this one question. What is that by knowing which I will know everything? So as we say, Bhagavad Gita is Upanishad Su. We can see exactly happening here. Bhagavan says that is knowledge. If you know this, then you don't have to know anything. And knowing this is attaining that, gaining that. Once I know this, there is fulfillment, completeness, wholeness, infinite source of happiness you will get if you know this. So there are two types of knowledge, general knowledge and Vishesha knowledge. General knowledge is, as Guruji said, just by reading economic times, one doesn't become chartered accountant. No, for last 30 years I have been reading Science Today magazine, so I am a scientist. No. That is general knowledge. And today general knowledge is there because of WhatsApp. Some people are PhD in WhatsApp University and YouTube University. If you ask what is the source of your knowledge, my source of knowledge is YouTube, WhatsApp, and Wikipedia and Google. But that is not the real source of knowledge. That is general knowledge, information. Vishesha knowledge means self-knowledge. I will tell you both. Knowledge and wisdom, both are needed. So what is knowledge? Jnanam, paroksha, to know about God, reality, self. So I know about God, God's nature. I know about self that, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, or I know the definition of Atma. I know nature of God. I do puja. I know his place to stay. But what is important is Vijnanam, whether I can experience it. That is aparoksha. So today I must create that desire. Okay, I am talking about God. I am visiting so many temples. But do I really have a desire to experience God? Or it is only, take photographs and tell people I visited this temple. Yeah, I have gone to temple 4 times. But is that desire to experience? When will I experience God essentially as my own self? That is the desire which creates the difference. What is the learning process? First, I do not know ignorance, then it becomes information, then it becomes knowledge, then it becomes wisdom. So, Arjun, when this knowledge is so great, highest, rare, when you are asking me to listen, why there are only few seekers? Why only in this class there are 70, 80, 90 people? Why not 1,000 people? Bhagavan says that is going to be there all the time. Manushyanam sahastreshu. There will be millions and millions and billions of people, but few people will be interested in self and God because majority follow path of pleasant, rare follow path of good. Shreyas and prayers, there are two paths. Why? Because our senses are extroverted. And because I believe myself as body and senses are extroverted, and I want happiness, materialistic also want happiness, the spiritualist also want happiness. But now there is a difference. Because my senses are extrovert and the world is in front of me, the only place to have happiness in the world is the only place to have happiness is the world. And I seek happiness in outside world because it is tangible. I can get here and now and it appears real to me. But what I'm going to tell is not very easy. It is subtle knowledge. Actually, the location of happiness is located in the subject, not in the object. The moment I tell myself that my happiness is not dependent on situation, object, person, then actually the love or beauty comes. Because then I'm free to look at the person, object, and the situation. And that's the reason Satyam Shivam Sundaram. When I look towards the world, it is Sundaram only when it will become Sundaram. Only when my happiness doesn't depend on situation, object, person, SOP. But because it looks so tangible for the senses, I go for it. So Bhagavan says that few people are interested in God or self-knowledge. And as Guruji says, suppose you write in the matrimonial column, today one homework you can do, go to matrimony column and then fill up your form. And in that write that I don't have a job, nothing, but I have got Geeta knowledge. Nobody will come. So for school, college, job, business, matrimony, having children, going abroad, visa, passport, nobody asks in the interview, do you have Bhagavad Gita knowledge? You go to tomorrow, you want visa of Switzerland or America, they will not ask whether are you listening to Bhagavad Gita on Sunday morning. So when we see that nowhere I am asked Bhagavad Gita knowledge or spiritual knowledge, so very few people come to this. Arjun, okay, understood the importance and rarity of knowing God. Bhagwan, please tell me now what is that main thing what you want to tell me. Now next slide is the most important portion of this chapter. If we miss this, we miss the chapter. What is to be known in this life? Bhagavan says, this is the knowledge I must acquire in this life itself as a human being. What to know? Bhagavan says, I have got two natures, higher and lower. Most people only see one nature and they do not know the other nature. What is a higher nature? Higher nature is unmanifest, formless, imperishable, infinite, generator, operator, dissolver, substratum, and it is called as Brahman. Actually, the distinction between Brahman and Ishvara also must be known. Brahman is Nirvikar, Nirvishesh. Here Brahman and Ishwar both are mentioned because both are unmanifest. Till now, the conflict goes on whether God is formless or with form. Sagun hai, Nirgun hai. And as Guruji says, I do not have faith on Sagun. I cannot access Nirgun. So Nirgun bhi chala gaya, Sagun bhi chala gaya. रह गया क्या दुर्गुण. And what is the lower nature? Manifest. What I can see, this world, form, finite. Bhagavan is given a long list that I am this body, I am this jnana, I am this ichcha, I am everything, whatever you can think of inside and outside. Outside also, you is me, and inside also, your body. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva, I am there, digestion. I am the digester of your food, right from there to the thought, to the knowledge, to the karma, everything is me only. Like one of the famous verse, Mai sarvabidam proktam, protam proktam sutre manigana iva. Like the necklace is there, in that thread is there, and those pearls are there. People only see the pearls, that is a manifested form. People do not see the thread. I am the thread also, I am the pearl also. And once we know this, then there is no doubt. No, because you show me God, then I will believe. जो दिखता है, that only I will believe and faith, then there is a problem. Then we must discuss, because whatever we see, it may not be the truth. The sky is blue, appears to be blue, but it is not blue. The sun rises and sun sets, which is seen, but it is false. Dream, it is seen, but it is false. So whatever is seen is truth, is a very ignorant way of looking at this world and God. Everything rests in me, but I am not in them, but they are in me. What is the example? Rope and snake. The snake appears on the rope, but the rope is not dependent on the snake. Without the rope, the snake cannot be there. Our classic Vedantic example. So this is another Mahavakya of Bhagavan, that I am not in them. The Brahman is Nirvikar, Nirvishesh, Akarta, Bhokta. And the entire world is superimposed on Bhagavan. Another classic example which we see every day. Right now also we are experiencing it. The screen which is there of the mobile phone and laptop, it has nothing to do what is appearing on it. The screen is Brahman, and what is appearing on it as names and form is the Jagata. But the screen is untouched by what is happening. Whether you are showing fire or water, the screen doesn't get colored or wet or burnt. Why to know? Knowing which everything is known. Once I know this, I will know everything. Because Bhagavan says, I am Sarvajna, Sarvatra, Sarvashaktiman. If you know me, you will know everything. Because knowing here is becoming, knowing here is attaining. This is the only subject which says that by knowing you become. Suppose I know table, I will not become table. Suppose I know chair, I will not become chair. Suppose I know geography, I will not become geography. But here, Om Brahmavid Apnoti Param, knower of Brahman attains supreme. Knower of Brahman becomes Brahman only. Who will not know? Bhagavan says, ignorant, lazy, confused, and seekers of happiness of the world will not know this knowledge. Who will know? Bhagavan says, four types know me in different ways. There are four kinds of people on this planet. And this is a classic psychology classification of people, depending upon what we seek. A person must not be judged from what the person has. The person must be analyzed from what the person is seeking in life. What am I seeking is more important than what I have. So there are four types of seekers who seek God in different way for different purpose. And the same thing applies in our own life. You ask one question that who are the people who come to you? For four reasons people come to me. If anybody comes to us for four reasons. Chaturvida bhajante mam. So this is a very famous verse where it has been mentioned that four types of people are there. And they worship me for four reasons. First, because they have good karma, so they remember me. Suppose we have problem, we go to God. When people will first go to doctor, then to lawyer, then police, if nothing is working, finally people go to Bhagwan. Bhagwan says, still I love them. Because they have come to me finally, remembered me. Because some people who don't remember me, then people will, Bhagwan says, I will give them problem, then we will come to me. If you see a bhikari, whole day he will take Bhagwan ke naam pe de do, Bhagwan ke naam pe de do. Bhagwan says, last few births you have not remembered me. Now you become a bhikari, whole time you will be remembering me. So, Artha, Artharthi, Jidnyasu, Jnani. These are the four types Bhagwan says are the people who come to me. All my devotees, but they come for different reasons. Now we have to listen carefully because these are why people also come to us. Seeker of solution. Arth wants to get rid of some sorrow, misery, trouble that I have this problem. So can you help me? So we also, somebody comes to us, with some physical problem, relationship problem, financial problem, this problem, and then people ask us solution. One type of people who come to us. So we are also happy that this person remembered me and came to me for the problem, not went to somebody else. Suppose I want to stitch, I will go to a tailor, not to somebody else. So Bhagwan says, okay, I am happy. Even they are coming with a problem, they are coming to me. Like Gajendra. In Puranas, the story comes when Gajendra was caught by the crocodile in the water, he remembered Vishnu and Vishnu came. So who are these people? One who wants to feel better. This is in italics what is mentioned. Then you can see all the four sentences. One who wants to feel better. This is the first type of person who comes to God. Seeker of desire, artharthi, wants something more from me to enjoy, to become prosperous. Promotion de do, lottery de do, husband, wife, I will do vrata, tapa, puja, upas, that I will get better husband, better wife, better house, better car. Prayer before exam promotion. One who wants to have something better. So first one is one who wants to feel better. Second one who wants to have something better. Then the third one, Jitnyasu. We are all coming on Sunday morning, leaving everything aside, 7:30 to 8:30. We want to listen to this because we are Jitnyasu, wants to know me. These are little less, it will start happening. Most people go when there is a problem. Dukh mein sumire na sab kare, sukh mein kare na koi, Kabir Das ji says. Then wants to know me, relationship. They want some relationship with me. They read, listen. Like Uddhav ji, Narad ji, they are more interested to know about God. One who wants to know better about me, they will come. Otherwise, most people who come to us, they want to tell their story to us. They are not interested in actually us. No, what happened with me? I went here, this story, I feel like telling you, but then you are not interested in me. You are only interested in yourself, not a jitnyasu. And the fourth type, one seeks all above are sakama prema. But Bhagavan says, seeker of love, he is a jnani. That jnani just loves me, nishkama prema, constant remembrance. All saints, gopis, why? Because they do not want anything from me. They just want to love me. Whether I'm there in front of them or whether I give anything or not, they just want love. And we are also, if we ask ourselves, there are very few in our life who just loves us. One of the best sentences I was hearing yesterday in this was that they say in any relationship, you say, I love you, but I don't need you. Because the moment I need you means my happiness depends upon you. So all the saints and gopis, why they are jnanis and why it is called as love? Because their own self and God's self is one. Lord, amongst all about, jnani is the dearest to me. And I am dearest to him because it is only relationship of love. There is no need. Because where there is need, there is dependency. Where there is need, there is exploitation. Where there is need, there is something else I want from that person, but not that person. Why? Because tesham jnani nitya yukta eka bhaktir vishishyate. This is the visheshta of jnani. Why I love jnani and jnani loves me? Because this jnani is eka bhakti vishishyate. Jnani knows one's own nature and my nature as one. Such jnanis are rare. Some Mahatma sudurlabha. Very, very rarely a person will find who knows oneself and knows God. In our own life also, we find such four type of people. One who will come with a problem. When the problem is solved, the person goes away. One will come who wants something from us, artharthi. Third, one who wants to know us rarely. And the fourth one says, I do not want anything, just love. But unknowingly, all seek me only. How? Bhagavan says very importantly, I am jnana, I am ichcha, I am kriya, I am phala. I only give that knowledge, I only give the desire, I only is the karma, and I am only giving the phala. So Bhagavan says very interestingly, I know everyone's past, present and future, all beings. So now second question is answered here. God natures we know. Why God is not giving me whatever I want? Bhagavan says there are three possibilities. Now listen carefully. If you have faith in me and know my nature, I will fulfill your wishes and prayers in three ways. I will say, yes, take it. Second, I will say, wait, this is not the right time for you. Third, I will not give you whatever you want because that is not good for you. Because I know your past life, present life and future life. You may be miserably, you may feel miserable, you may hate me, you may get angry with me, but I know your better, your goodness. Like a mother, if the small child is asking chocolate, take it. If the child is again and again asking chocolate, wait, I will not give you, I will give you during lunchtime because I am more considerate about your health. And if the child is taking some potassium cyanide bottle or some phenyl bottle, no, I will not give you this in this lifetime. So suppose we don't get something, whatever we are praying for, I must be happy. Actually, the reverse is true. When I don't get what I want from God, I become unhappy. When I'm not getting whatever I want from God, I must think that God is actually so kind because He's not giving me whatever I want. Because I'm Alpadnya, I'm thinking from very small perspective. God knows my past, present and future. So in long term, God is not giving me this because it is in my favor. It is for good for me in this life and future life. I may not understand it. And that moment when the child is denied the phenyl bottle by the mother, the child hates the mother that why are you not giving me? I want to drink it. Because everything the child wants, it should put in the mouth. But the parent know that it is not good. Lord's regret, but Lord says that there is a regret I have. Matu Veda na kashana. Most don't know me as infinite. They do not know my infinite nature. They do not know my sarvadnya, sarvatra, sarva shaktiman nature. Otherwise, they should not worry only. A person who gets overly anxious, overly worried, overly, thinking too much, what will happen, what will happen, they basically do not have faith on God. And the faith is not there because I have not understood God properly. Most seek finite due to ignorance of self. And Lord's nature as infinite is not known. And get caught in the sansara. If I do not know myself, and if I do not know God's nature and I am living in this world, going to be miserable. Because something which I am not having, God will take away something what I love, there will be misery. No, God not giving whatever I want, there will be misery. So God's infinite nature is not known, my own nature is not known. Then how to reach you? By crossing this ocean of mirage, Maya. Bhagavan says, take refuge in me, seek me alone. Do not seek the world, worship me alone. Last advice of in Bhagavad Gita is that Sarva Dharma Parityajya. You renounce everything and then seek me. Devote to me completely. Not that I want world, I want God. Both you will not get. You select one. With my grace you will reach me. How? The example is given here. Fish. When the fisherman puts the net, all the fishes who are far away come in the net. They are caught. But the fishes who are around his leg are never caught because the net doesn't reach. The samsara net doesn't reach near the fisherman's legs. So we must hold on to Lord's legs, feet, and we can never be caught. Has anyone reached you in this way? Yes, Jnani reaches by knowing two natures. How does a Jnani know the Lord? 6 factors are given. Brahman, Adhyatma, Adibhuta, Adidaiva, Adiyajna, Karma. How does the Jnani knows whom you are praising? Say, Arjun is a warrior. He wants the best path. He says, oh, Jnani you love the most. I want to become the Jnani. How does the Jnani know you? Jnani knows you by these 6 terms. And this is the question Arjun asks in the 8th chapter. Okay, what are these terms? So now to complete this chapter, what are the frequent FAQs? Frequently asked questions about God. After today's session, there should not be any doubt. Number 1 question. Mohitam nabhijanati mamebhya paramam avyayam. Please note this. What is God? 2 natures. I must always remember this is the most important topic of Jnana Vijnana Yoga. What is God? Bhagavan has 2 natures. Lower nature, what we can see in the world, and an infinite, unmanifest nature. The moment I forget that unmanifest nature, there will be challenges. What God knows? Higher. From higher, nothing about the world. Brahman is nirvikar, nirvishesh, akarta, abhokta. And lower as Ishvara knows everything. I know about everybody, every single ant, every leaf falling from a tree, I am aware. But Brahman is not aware, Ishwar is aware. So we should know what is the distinction between Brahman and Ishwar, and an Avtara, and an Ishta Devata. Because in Bhagavad Gita, different verses come, Bhagavan says, I do everything, then he will say, I don't do everything. It is dependent on your karma. Then again he will say, no, actually your karma is me only. Your jnana is me only. Your ichcha is me only. Where can I find God? Mai sarvamidam proktam sutre maniganaiva. Higher, not in the world. However I go in the world, I will not find out. And suppose I am seeking within, then I will realize, and I will, once I realize within and know the infinite nature of God, then everything becomes Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. So the process must be clear. Initially, we are told you detach from the world, attach to God. Then once I attach to God, then I will realize God. Once I realize God, this world, God and me becomes one. Then there is no distinction between God, me and world. But initially for the sadhak it is told Atma, Anatma. And then once I see from the Atman point of view, Brahman point of view, this world becomes one only. When we are on the earth, example, this is a subtle topic to understand. Where in the world we can see day and light, day and night. When we go on the sun, there is no day and light, day and night. Everything is one, there is light only. What does God do? Nothing from the higher perspective. God does nothing. That's the reason Guruji says that, I am alsi, I don't do anything, because Brahman also doesn't do anything. Brahman is akarta, abhokta, nirvikar, nirvishesh. Kuch nahi karta. But it does everything. Electricity doesn't do everything, but does everything. And everything as a ruler, Ishwar, lower nature. So Ishwara is the controller, boss, ruler. That's the reason it is called as a Isha. Isha Vasyam Idagam Sarvam. So this distinction I have to again and again say, because many who are listening to scriptures, they miss the point, the distinction between Brahman and Ishvara and the world. Why God creates and dissolves the world? Aham Krusnasya Jagata. From higher view, world is only illusory, world is not created only. From lower nature, to enjoy the world, to learn to realize our own nature as permanent happiness. So this question also is answered. Why am I born? To enjoy the world. Don't possess it, but enjoy. Then to learn. Learning happens when we are into problem, the learning happens. And then after that, sorrow, suffering, then I ask questions that who am I? And then I realize my nature as same as God. Aham Atma Gudakesha. Then the distinction goes. So, this completes our chapter on who is God, where God is located, what God is doing, and what is my relationship with God. And this can be clear only when we understand really what is the higher nature and what is the lower nature of God. So I have to keep thinking, and if there are questions, I have to write down and then ask and then clarify. Why? Because once I know this, Bhagavan says, here and now you will be liberated. But Bhagavan also says that this is the difficult thing to understand about God, about different natures of God. Different natures means two natures. Thank you very much. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.